It should have gone a long time ago. You see, the report is even made matters worse for him. You see, Mr. Agyeman-Manu is now embarrassing us as a country. It's as if he's our best talent for that job. But we all know he's not. You see, that's why maybe it appears he doesn't understand public service. Look, there are 1,001 citizens who can perform that job. The president chose him, but he has taken us down a path that has embarrassed us so much. So he just has to go quietly. But you see that he's digging in his heels. And then you have some of our citizens holding press conferences to support him. It cannot be supported. Let's come to this. Samson, you see, the last time we raised this, we mentioned that, look, money must have been paid because even the agreement for the procurement of the vaccine, clause 4.2, itself says that we're to pay for the vaccine with a site LC. Samson, it says site LC.
Right.
From the little understanding, this site LC means when the goods have been delivered, sometimes even not delivered, it's possible for the person to be paid as the exporter, the person who supplied, depending on how the contract is worded. But bottom line is that whether the contractor or the exporter should be paid because the goods have left the country of export, or even in Ghana, once you say site LC, it has certain meanings, okay, that certain documents should be presented. So the argument I'm making is that even without this payment that has first come out, the contract that he signed means that payment was to be made soon after the latest, soon after the 20,000 vaccines were delivered. So on what basis could the minister go to Parliament to say that nothing is being paid? Is Al Maktoum Father Christmas? Is Al Maktoum Father Christmas that he will give you vaccines, 20,000, and not receive payment? So you see that this thing that he hasn't paid, that's why I believe we have to press the issue of perjury very hard because Agyeman-Manu is not leaving, and so we have to make the law bite. And in this direction, I'm thinking that I want citizens to join me so that we will present a joint petition to Parliament so that you'll be tried for the perjury in Parliament, okay? Because under the Constitution, if somebody obstructs justice in Parliament, he has to face the law. We don't want to go into our ordinary law courts because that may raise some issues. For now, I think that minimum we should...
What's the history, the precedent for that? Perjury under our Criminal Offences Act is elevated beyond the misdemeanor, right? And so you are looking at several years in prison if he's found guilty. How is Parliament going to do that, and for him to go to which prison if that were to be the case?
Good. So Parliament's perjury, that's why I said I'm not looking at the criminal, that's the ordinary Criminal Offences Act. I'm looking at Parliament's own act. There's perjury.
Okay.
There is the constitutional provision and then the Parliament's Act, Act 300. So if we start with the constitutional provisions, so we are looking at Article 100 and, Contempt of Parliament.
Right.
Article 122. It says that an act or omission which obstructs or impedes Parliament in the performance of its functions, blah, 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 is contempt. Now, this obstructs, obstruction of justice. If you go and lie, perjury, you're obstructing. Now, for clearer meaning, when we go to Parliament Act 1965, the 5, Act 300, it makes it clear that if a person lies, lies under oath in Parliament, then that should also be contempt of Parliament, so that the Act makes it very clear. I'm seeking to read.
Now, knowing